Hey there, live and direct. We have Maggie from Empower Her Business Coach, who has really been serving in the community, showing up, helping, and she just signed a premium client yesterday, I believe, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And we're
Yeah.
just going to talk through that process and how that works. You just want to give a quick intro of who you are and who you help, Maggie, in a sense.
Yeah, for sure. So I help women coaches. I help them really discover their voice and really amplify their voice with my Empower Her business blueprint. So we go through how to really amplify your offer and align it with your market. And then I help teach you how to connect with your market. So how to talk to them, and then how to also sign them, right? So signing and selling.
Okay, signing and selling, two S's there.
Yeah.
Really, no, that's absolutely fantastic. And we're just gonna just quickly go through a couple of questions just regarding the whole process. So I guess the first question is is this: where were you? Okay, here's the first question: like, where were you in terms of before, working with me? Um, where were you? Let's get a little bit of background behind that in terms of where were you?
So where was I?
Yeah.
I feel like I was on the path to connecting with clients, but once I started working with you, that really was amplified. Like I was able to really hone in on my offer, and you really helped me just see the possibility in being able to show up in service and
Okay.
bring value. And yeah, it was one of those things, like something just clicked and I figured out how to like sell without feeling salesy.
Yeah, we'll go into more detail in terms of the system, and I've got some slides as well, regarding that. So, were you at a point where you were posting and you were like busy, but not actually having the sales conversations?
Yeah, so I was posting and I was getting some traction, but I wasn't getting like traction like I have now. I definitely was not. I was kind of connecting with my ideal clients, but I was not booking them.
Okay. And in that process, what was the biggest challenge? Like, what was the biggest challenge to people, paying you, for premium packages at that time before working together?
I think I was not confident in what I was selling because I didn't have it all like figured out. And I didn't have it all figured out as in like I didn't know like some of this. I was missing one of the steps in my
Okay.
program. And when I started working with you, that really like you were able to bring that to light for me and show me like, hey, you're just missing this little piece. Add it in and you're good to go.
Okay. And we might look at this, but would you say that that missing piece was this? Was your offer? Like, was that the piece that like changed the game? And maybe, yeah, let me know because it might not have been, not putting words in your mouth, but was this the game
Sure.
changer? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. I think, importance of my offer definitely was something that I I wasn't like in love with my offer before working
Mm.
with you, and now
Hmm.
like I really see how much value and service I have to provide. So,
Hmm.
like now it's so important to me because I get to help women amplify their voice, right? I get to help them amplify their offer and do everything that they love.
Yeah, and we're just going to look at a couple of sequences of slides here because I think that your Empower Her, that is absolutely genius. Let's see if we can share the screen and have a look at your zone of genius. So just speak to us about this. Like, why was like what made you come up with Empower Her? I think it's absolutely genius, by the way. Like, what made you come up with this? Yeah.
Well, I knew so I had been using chaos to clarity and it was good, but like I needed something that just packed a little
Okay.
bit more punch and really kind of like didn't leave people wondering like,
Yeah.
well, what is chaos to clarity, right? Like I'm still helping people move
Hmm.
from chaos to clarity, but that's kind of the
Hmm.
vehicle. So with this Empower Her Business Blueprint, this was a way for me to help women generate money, right? So now I have this like really
Yeah.
tangible end result. And that was really what made me, I don't really remember where or how I came up.
Yeah.
I think I used Chat GPT to generate a bunch of names for me for like different program names. And I was like, okay, went through some of them, and there was something with Empower Her in there. And then I added Business Blueprint because that's really what I'm doing. I'm helping women lay the groundwork, whether they're established or not. I'm helping them lay the blueprint, lay the groundwork so that they have a sustainable and secure business.
Sustainable and secure comes with having an offer. Like I, in real estate, basically, I created an offer 4 years ago in real estate, and this year that offer was still selling. That offer it still had relevance. Why?
Yeah.
Because it's based on market reality rather than personal passion. And so many people use personal passion as a way of sort of kind of moving forward. And I was like that as well, thinking, hey, look, unleash your power, unleash your inner drive. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And
Yeah.
what happened with those offers? Like maybe my mum said great offer, or my uncle said great offer, but no one was paying for the offer, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah. And so, I remember when you first had something along these lines and you sent me a message that, look, Jay, I've got that. And then we almost like looked at it together, right? And then like bang, like what a
Right.
fantastic reason to sort of kind of wake up in the morning to empower her. And then from there comes your content. Speak to me about how the offer really helps you in your content. Like what's the link there in terms of your content?
Yeah, for sure. So in the Empower Her Business Blueprint, I use the evolve content method.
Yeah.
And that involves, engagement, value, offers, and live posts. And really that just has helped me skyrocket with my content, right? Because it's making social media social again, right? I'm not just
Yeah.
posting, promote, right? I'm asking questions, getting my
Yeah.
audience to talk.
Yeah.
Interviewing with people, interviewing other people, and really just
Amazing.
like creating conversation, really is what it comes down to.
Fantastic. Creating convers that could go on a t-shirt, sister.
I
Creating
know.
conversations. No, honestly, because
Yeah.
that is what um that's what starts the sales process, right? Starts with a conversation. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people right now, at least this is what I see in the coaching industry, they're afraid to start conversations
Oh
because they're
God, yeah.
afraid to sound like salesy, or they're afraid that everything is going to be selling when that does not have to be it, right? Like you can create a conversation and just have it be just packed full of value, and I think that's so
100%.
amazing.
Yep. And then look, sorry, wrong slide there. We'll hop out of this for now. But yeah, so what we saw is we saw your offer and how your offer linked to your success in the content and things like this. Let's speak about this. What has been the importance of one-on-one? Like, what has been the importance of this one-on-one?
Yeah. Yeah, so for me in
One-on-one
my coaching
coaching.
program
Yeah,
or with you.
with me. Like,
Okay. Yeah.
what's been the importance? Yeah, of one-on-one. Yeah.
Yeah, so the importance of one-on-one with you has definitely been like just the accountability, right? The
Hmm.
accountability and showing up and just being able to like borrow some of your confidence to really
Hmm.
amplify my own, right?
Hmm.
Knowing that like yes, my family and friends support me, but knowing that I mean pretty much a complete stranger is like cheering me on, right? Like I mean we've never
Hmm.
met in person,
Hmm.
so like just knowing that I have the support, that was so huge, right? And gave me the platform to really show up in a way that was like, okay, it's time to, really lean into this and see what's out there.
100%. And what I like about yourself is um you're very coachable. I think out of anyone that I've ever met, you trust the process. You don't abandon something prematurely. You follow through on the process, but also, hey, look, this is what some people have done. Here's my spin. It's
Right.
changing it up a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. This method could work, but maybe let me add my podcast to it, or guest podcast, and really taking that initiative as though I believe in my offer so much, I'm willing to get it out there. That's the
Right.
true essence of your belief, right? Because we can say we believe in something and be afraid of rejection, but I think we're not gonna avoid no in business. Like, it's impossible, right?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. It's impossible to never be told no in business. And at this point I've owned businesses for 16 years. So like I've
Hmm.
I've been told no a lot. I've
Hmm.
heard no a lot. And I think, hearing no, you can allow that to really like just put you in a terrible mood, or you can use that to say, okay, that wasn't right for that person. I'm going to, maybe shift and do this. Or, maybe it's just something that, like, yeah, not everyone is my ideal customer or client. So, there are plenty of people out there.
You said an important thing. There's plenty of people out there, which is why our offer has to be so aligned and so on point that if we're trying to attract everybody, then we attract nobody.
Right. Right.
If we're chasing two rabbits, we catch none.
Right.
And so that's why having that offer together is the most important thing. Because look, I said this, people can have a 7-figure mentor, but a 4-figure strategy.
Mm-hmm.
A 7-figure mental strategy will not save your 4-figure offer. And I've spoken with a few people today. Like, mentor is saying, hey, let's launch strategy. But where's the offer?
Yep.
Where's the offer? Because
Mm-hmm.
if that offer was so good, you don't have to hide behind the masterclass. You
Right.
don't have to, you don't have to hide behind the launch. You could post the offer and get people to say, yeah, if it's really good, you could do a short form post. Hey, look, looking for 4 women who want to, whatever it might be.
Mm-hmm.
Create a system that avoids sales calls to get a client, or is able to grow a Facebook group to 500 in 2 weeks, whatever it might be. So we
Right.
don't have to skirt around. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say has been the biggest shift working with me? What's been the biggest shift?
Um, Honestly, I think belief in myself, right? Like
Hmm.
knowing that inner belief has really just sunk in, and I've allowed myself to really like allow that to permeate me, right? Like allow that to really just be something that helps drive me, right? So like your
Mm,
accountability, and just knowing that I have the power to show up for myself. Someone else is over
yeah.
here believing in me, cheering me on. So really like my accountability and just my belief in myself.
Hmm. Now, everyone might expect that to be, hey, strategy, but you've not mentioned strategy. Like, you've not said, oh, it's because of XY strategy, and stuff, But why
Right.
is it the belief element? Like, tell me, because a lot of people might think, oh, what? Like, it's been like literally belief and not like a strategy or anything like that. Why has it been belief that has led to the sales, and like, why belief and accountability?
Yeah. So I think, I mean, and don't get me wrong, like the strategies that you've showed me and like given have been super helpful, and like I love them, and they've been instrumental too. But like I said, I've owned businesses for 16 years, and I know that, right? Like almost 2 decades in, almost half my life in, I know that like most of business, like 95% of business, is your mindset. And if you
Oh wow.
don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe in your offer, no matter what that offer is, right? Like,
Mm.
you have to believe in it so much and in yourself that you you can sell yourself on your offer, right?
Mm. And there's that level of conviction. Like if people really believe they had a cure for the cancer in the industry,
Mhm.
they really believe that they could change lives, would they be hesitant with their offer? Would they be stingy in terms of offering it? Or would they say, hey, look, this is my offering, you know, I'm not about the 100 DMs a day vibe. That's not my vibe, but
Right.
I can add value to 10 people a day.
Right. Right. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
can add value to 20 people a day,
Yep.
even just 5 people a day. Look,
Yep.
like whatever is your whatever you're comfortable with, but there has to be that element of like having an offer that is really, really immersed in market reality. It's immersed.
Right. Yeah, and I think, understanding your market is also something that, like, I got a better hold of working with you as well, right? Like, understanding, like, what is actually out there versus, what I just thought was out there, what I assumed was out there. So, understanding how to do that market research is super, super powerful as well.
Yeah, because it's almost as though like once that market research, and that's how I made my start. I went from charging $100 an hour to selling 4K, 5K coaching packages in the real estate scene by actually doing market research. Talk to me about the 10K and 10-day challenge that we're about to round off now on Friday. But what did that do in terms of like the urgency element of things? And we're still on that challenge pushing towards um 10K for Friday, 10K into, but what has this done for your business?
Yeah, so, for me, I think it really, like, lit that flame underneath me to, like, get me motivated to move forward, right? To
Mhm.
really push me forward in a way that, like, even if I wouldn't close 10K, like, I still my intention was to close something, right? And I
Hmm.
have. So,
Hmm.
like, even if it wasn't that, like, 10K in 10 days, like, I knew that this push would get me over the hump of, like, sell your stuff, you believe in your stuff, you know your stuff, go out there and do it. So, that was huge for me as well.
Yeah. Sell your stuff, believe in yourself, do it. Like I'm paraphrasing there. Sell your stuff,
Right.
believe in your stuff, do it. It's like almost as though we have to understand that people need this. People are caught in a maze of, yeah, caught in a maze of posting and hoping, right? But that doesn't cut it, especially
Right.
inside an industry like this. Um, what's your plans to keep the momentum going? Um, push your business. Like, what is the plan? Is it more podcasting, more posting? What have you found is your sweet spot?
Yeah, so I really love podcasting. I really love having those conversations, both just myself, but also with people I interview. So
Mhm.
I really want to lean into that, and allow that to grow a little bit more. But I also really enjoy engaging in Facebook groups. So, I plan to leverage those two things and
Mm.
really have that be a great way to start bringing me in leads, right? To be able to connect and have conversations, and whether that's a collaboration or a client situation, right? Like, both of those are super valuable to me.
Mm. What I can see you doing is guest podcasting or maybe creating an audience where you're giving other women the opportunity to speak, creating events as well. I know there was recently a fempreneur event by Maylene. And it's almost as though, look, that once you kind of give people that platform to talk, and that's what you're doing in terms of these groups. Look, asking people what do they prefer, this or this, getting that conversation going, not just being about, hey, here's my offer, but really sparking that conversation, then you're going to
Right.
get those rewards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that that is that. Final question: that would you, in terms of, would you recommend this program and why? Like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I totally would, especially if you are, just looking to really hone in on your offer and also
Mhm.
just have the strategies. Like I've never been taught these strategies by anyone else, right? The things that you've taught me to do, no one else has ever taught me, which, for me shows a huge gap in the industry of like people are missing out and they're saying it's so hard, but it's really not that hard. Like,
Mhm.
yes, it's hard in the fact that you have to show up every day. You might get some no's and people might not comment all of the time, but you're really just flushing out people who aren't your ideal client. So, like, clients are everywhere. And, being able to have a program, my own program, just really can amplify other women is just so huge for me.
No, absolutely brilliant. And I think in terms of what your potential is to really build upon all of the good work that you've done and really sort of kind of grow your business based on really being that connector to help people and to serve people. So, have been fantastic to have you on. And how can people get a hold of you?
Yeah. So if you're here on Facebook, go ahead and add me on Facebook, Maggie Lynn Olson. I'm always dropping all kinds of stuff on there on my Facebook wall. I'm in a bunch of groups, but also on Instagram, Maggie Lynn Coaching. And go ahead and look for my podcast. It's called Chaos to Clarity.
Chaos Clarity, absolutely fantastic. And guys, look, if you need a simple system to launch your coaching business using a Zoom call and Google Document, look, I've got a free video for you. Just comment video beneath this, and I'll get that to you. Maggie, it's been fantastic working with you, and we still got a lot of great work to do together, and I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, me too. Thanks so much.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Thank you.